is impressive.
She's a beauty, isn't she?
What a damn monstrosity. Looks like a damn snow globe in space, just waiting to break.
Megastructures are a testament to your Empire's ingenuity and power in Stellaris. These galactic wonders have great bonuses for your Empire, and in this video we're going to go through what each of the Megastructures does and rank them in a tier list. Since we've last looked at Megastructures, there have been quite a few new additions, so we do have a lot to go through. Make sure you've got a drink and a snack and you're comfortable before we dive in. Speaking of new additions, I need to say a massive thank you to Hero Wars for sponsoring this video. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have just arrived in Hero Wars. Cowabunga! Thanks to the epic collaboration between Paramount Pictures and Nexters, the Turtles are bringing their ninja skills to the world of Dominion. From December 2nd to December 21st, Hero Wars is hosting an event where you can unlock the Turtles for free. Dive into thrilling battles, discover their story, and add these legendary heroes to your squad without spending a dime. But that's not all. Grab exclusive Shredder and Casey Jones skins along with incredible rewards and bonuses. You need to act fast though. While the Turtles aren't going anywhere after the event ends, you won't be able to get them after December 21st. Don't miss out. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code to join the action now. Download Hero Wars today and get the Ninja Turtles for free. We're starting with the F tier, which is the worst tier. These are the worst Megastructures, and honestly, I wouldn't even bother building them in quite a few of my games until I'd built every other Megastructure and basically run out of things to do. It is worth noting that every single Megastructure does have a positive benefit to your Empire. However, we do have a bit of an opportunity cost here. We can only build a certain number of Megastructures concurrently. At the start, when we've just researched Mega Engineering, it's 1. Through Ascension perks and edicts, we can add another 2 to that to get a total Megastructure build capacity of 3. But as you know, there are much more than 3 Megastructures, so we are very limited in what we can build. And that means if we decide to build anything which is down here in the F tier, it comes with the opportunity cost that we're not building a better Megastructure. Interstellar Assembly is possibly the worst Megastructure in Stellaris at the moment. It will take 45 years and 45,000 alloys to completely build this Megastructure. When it is complete, you'll get plus 40% diplomatic weight, plus 150 opinion from all empires, and 2 additional envoys. The additional diplomatic weight is only equal to a level 4 leader, if you've got one on the Galactic Council. Getting additional opinion from all empires is great, however, by the time you have constructed this Megastructure, you'll definitely be in the late part of the mid-game, if not the late game. And by that point, every empire is either in a federation, is a vassal, or has a vassal, and thus the additional opinion for all empires won't help you in vassalizing the galaxy because you get it so late. The extra envoys are basically worthless unless you really want to be doing some additional espionage, or you're trying to fiddle around with relations modifiers with other empires by improving or, making worse the relations you have there. Altogether, given that most of the effects here can be replicated with a relatively low-level leader, I'm not sure it's worth the grand total of 45,000 alloys. That's a lot of ships. Mega Art Installation is probably the best Megastructure down here in the F tier. For a grand total of 50,000 alloys and 35 years of your time, you will get, if you get to stage 3, which is technically the completed Megastructure, plus 300 unity and an empire-wide bonus of plus 15% amenities. If you can find an additional 2,000 minor artifacts, which in today's game shouldn't be that difficult as long as you get a few dig sites, you can upgrade it to level 4 and get that bonus up to plus 400 monthly unity and plus 20% empire-wide amenities. For a hive mind empire, this is definitely quite a bit better than for a regular empire. It's definitely in the C tier at least, because those additional amenities are going to be quite useful for increasing your pop efficiency. However, with one of the other megastructures we're going to find a little bit later in this tier list, and some relatively alright RNG, you should be able to get quite a few amenities anyway, and not actually need this additional bonus. The Sentry Array is going to let you see the entire galaxy. As you upgrade it, you're going to get increased sensor range and increased base intel on every other empire. For a total of 45,000 alloys and 12,500 unity, you will get vision on the entire galaxy. It's going to take you 25 years to fully upgrade this, and once you have fully upgraded it, you can also see into nebula systems, which is a very good additional bonus, something you can't otherwise get with normal intel. Well, you can see where fleets are, I suppose you get to the higher levels of intel, but you can't see anything in any nebula system that is unowned. It's important to also know that once you have completed this Sentry Array, because you don't have low intel level on any system, this actually prevents space creatures, space fauna from respawning. And that's quite bad if you're trying to farm the space fauna or, use cordyceptics and get more of them. Yes, you can use lures to get around this, but depending on your playstyle for a game, this can either be seen as a negative or a positive. One thing I should also mention, on very, very large maps, if you build one of these, you will always have full intel on the entire galaxy. You'll get to see everything, which may cause some additional lag issues for your game. We're now up to the C tier. The megastructures in this tier are good, they're better than what we've previously seen. However, their main benefit is actually the fact that they will allow you to quickly unlock the Galactic Wonders Ascension perk. In order to unlock that Ascension perk and get access to Dyson Spheres, Ring Worlds, and Matter Decompressors, you must fully complete a megastructure. And the megastructures here are the fastest to complete. The Quantum Catapult only costs you a total of 18,000 alloys and 300 influence to fully upgrade. You can get it fully upgraded in only 20 years. Once you have a fully functional Quantum Catapult, you can catapult fleets in a system to another system. It also reduces your missing in action time by 30%. In order to build this, you'll have to find a pulsar or neutron star which is not binary or trinary, and then once you launch a fleet, you'll get the Quantic Ambush bonus, granting 33% fire rate for that fleet for 120 days. The main issue with the Quantum Catapult is that each fleet launched will arrive in a slightly randomized location, and they do not group up. You can't send all of the fleets together to arrive somewhere else in a big blob. Because they get spread out, that kind of sucks. It means you can get defeated in detail rather than being able to amass strength. The bonus is definitely very good, especially if you can use the Quantum Catapult to jump to a very close system, maybe even an adjacent system, and then make use of that massive bonus from the fire rate for Quantic Ambush. As previously mentioned, the main reason I would build one of these though is to quickly and cheaply get access to the Galactic Wonders Ascension perk. The Mega Shipyard is quite a bit more expensive than the Quantum Catapult. It's going to cost you 33,000 alloys and still take 20 years to complete. When you do so, you'll get a shipyard with 20 capacity and an empire-wide bonus to ship build speed of plus 100%. On top of that, the fully upgraded Mega Shipyard has a Titan and Colossal assembly yard, so you can build Titans and Colossus type ships. The reason this is quite a lot lower down than previous years where we've looked at megastructures is that the bonus now, the plus 100% Empire ship build speed, is actually very small relative to the other bonuses we can get through our leaders and through other technologies. We can get much more than plus 100% Empire ship build speed through other means. On top of that, getting only 20 shipyard capacity, and also we should note that that capacity is not used optimally by the fleet manager system. Often the fleet manager will attempt to build ships at other shipyards, not at your mega shipyard, which is quite annoying. That kind of makes this a bit of a meh megastructure these days. One final bonus I should mention is that all ships built at the Mega Shipyard will start with 100 experience at least, so it gives you the same buff as a regular shipyard which has got the shipyard building for plus 100 experience. We're now up to the B tier. These megastructures are generally pretty good, and I probably expect you to build most of them in most of your playthroughs. First off, we have a rather new one, the Dyson Swarm. This one doesn't actually count towards your megastructure build limit. For every other megastructure we've covered so far, you can only build one of them. With the Dyson Swarm, you can build up to 3. On top of that, it also doesn't suffer from the megastructure build capacity limit, so you can build 3 of these simultaneously. The Dyson Swarm amplifies the effects of whichever star it is built around, granting you 30 times additional resource output. For example, if the star generates 10 energy credits, it will now produce 300 energy credits. It only takes 9 years to fully upgrade the Dyson Swarm to the maximum level, and a total cost of 3,000 alloys, so this is very, very cheap. It is really, really good if you can find a star which has had a special event fire on that star, granting it either, minor artifacts, for example, or something like exotic gases. Getting 30 times the exotic gas output on a star for 30 or 40 exotic gases is amazing. Not only that, but if you have got both Utopia and the Machine Age enabled, in order to build a Dyson Sphere, you'll have to fully upgrade a Dyson Swarm. A fully upgraded Dyson Swarm can then be upgraded into a Stage 2 Dyson Sphere. Ring worlds are some of the best world types in the game. It will take you quite a while to get up to building a ring world. You'll have to get, first of all, mega engineering technology, then complete a megastructure, then take the Galactic Wonders Ascension perk, and finally research ring world technology before you can build the darn thing. And then after that, it's going to take you a total of 18 years just to get the frame built, the site and the frame, and then for each segment, each habitable world, it'll take you an additional 10 years. This means you won't get access to ring worlds until relatively late in the game. It's much faster to get things like Hive worlds, Machine worlds, or Ecumenopolis worlds, which are also very, very good. However, we now have access to, for example with Cosmogenesis or the Virtual Ascension, ways of getting pops faster than ever before. The main drawback with ring worlds in the past has been that we get them so late, it is very difficult to fill them up. Now that we can build pops or get virtual pops that pop out of existence so quickly, this is no longer as much of an issue as it used to be. The best way to get your hands on a ring world does still remain though, finding a ruined one and upgrading that. That's very quick, only 10,000 alloys in 10 years, or invading one of the Fallen Empires which have a ring world, the Machine Fallen Empire. And it's definitely a good idea to try and get your hands on ring worlds because some of those planetary designations have some fantastic bonuses. The Science Nexus is the basic science megastructure. It's no longer the king of science megastructures, however, it's still pretty good. For a total of 50,000 alloys and 35 years of time, you will get a flat rate of additional research every single month, and you'll also get plus 15% research speed empire-wide. The reason this is much lower than it's been in previous tier lists is that we now have lots of ways of boosting research speed with our leaders. So this plus 15% is good, but it's nowhere near as good or relevant as it used to be. On top of that, there's now a new top dog when it comes to science outputting megastructures that we'll look at a little bit later. I should also mention there's an event that you can fire later on in the game to upload the brain of one of your top scientists into the Science Nexus for a little bit of extra research. If you've got very, very good leaders, let's say they are level 8 and they've already unlocked their destiny trait, it's probably not worth doing this, especially if they're going to live for a lot longer. The little bonus you'll get in base research income will not be worth the reductions or the losses you'll make in losing a very high level scientist. The Strategic Coordination Center is going to, at the maximum level, cost you 50,000 alloys and 35 years of time to build. But at that top level, you'll get a juicy plus 150 base naval capacity that can be increased by other modifiers. So by the mid to late game when you build one of these, it's realistically more like an additional 300 naval capacity. On top of that, you'll get plus 6 starbase capacity and plus 12 defense platform capacity. If you get other bonuses in there too, like the Ascension perk or the Tradition for increased defense platform usage on your star bases, you can get a fearsome number of defense platforms, allowing you to kind of turtle, especially if you have the Zroni precursor, with one of these strategic coordination centers. That isn't all, however. We also get plus 15% sublight speed across the entire galaxy, which is a very juicy additional bonus. This is a rather expensive megastructure, but it is going to help you, especially in the late game when you're over your naval capacity, with getting more fleets up and running. I don't usually build this one first, but it is always a useful megastructure to have. We're now up to the A tier. Megastructures here are fantastic, and you probably want to build them in every single one of your games. There are a couple of exceptions to at least the first megastructure here, which I'll go through, but overall they are very, very good. First up, we have the Dyson Sphere. When you complete this bad boy, you're going to get 4,000 energy credits. Yes, it is going to take you a lot of time, about 40 years and 40,000 alloys to upgrade this from a Dyson Swarm. If you don't have Machine Age enabled, it's another 15,000 alloys and 15 years on top to build the site and the Stage 1, the frame. After you complete it, all rocky planets and moons in a system will turn into frozen or cold, barren worlds. There are some reasons why you might not build a Dyson Sphere, and I should cover those. If you're getting a lot of energy from vassals, for example, or from trade, you might feel you don't need one of these. I would like to point out that when the endgame crisis comes, your vassals might end up dying and your trade network may end up being disrupted. And for those reasons, having a backup energy generator like a Dyson Sphere, yes, I know it sounds a bit crazy considering a Dyson Sphere to be a backup energy generator for your empire, but if you do have one, it may allow you to weather the storm just long enough to win the game. Like the Dyson Sphere and the Ringworld, the matter decompressor is only available if you take the Galactic Wonders Ascension perk and research the technology for this megastructure. The matter decompressor will take you quite a while to fully build, and you can only build it around black holes. So early on in the game, you may want to scout out and take hold of a black hole so you can build one of these matter decompressors later. For a total of 45 years and 55,000 alloys, you will get plus 2,000 minerals every single month. Why is this very, very good? Well, this is going to enable you to build lots and lots of alloys with all of your metallurgists across your entire empire. In fact, a matter decompressor can build so many alloys, you'll probably find yourself having no alloy storage capacity left if you are using every single mineral from this matter decompressor for the building of alloys. It is very, very good and very, very useful. And it means you won't need minerals from other sources like additional planets or habitats, more or better vassals, or mining stations and the like. The Grand Archive is the newest megastructure in Stellaris. You can build this one very, very early. In fact, you only need the galactic archivism technology, and you don't need mega engineering. Once you've spent your 1,000 alloys and taken your 1,800 days to build it, you can then use the Grand Archive to show off your specimens. Specimens give you a variety of bonuses. Depending on your luck, the RNG of your game, the specimens you find will be different. There are, by the mid to late game, many specimens you'll have probably acquired that grant you empire-wide stability and additional amenities, alongside other fantastic bonuses. It's very worth building a Grand Archive and filling it up when you get the chance, though you might want to wait until you've definitely got a specimen worth displaying in this megastructure. Before we reveal the S tier, I'd like to talk about a couple of honourable mentions. There are some megastructures that have not appeared in this tier list, and I want to go through the reasons why. First off, we have gateways and hyper relays. Both are fantastic structures to build. Gateways in your capital and various other parts of your empire or just other parts of the galaxy. This should allow you to drastically reduce the time to action for your fleets to arrive at a situation. For example, when the crisis spawns, you want a galaxy full of gateways to get in there and fight them as soon as you can if you're ready to punch them in the face, as you can travel instantaneously between any two gateways that are either in friendly or neutral space anywhere in the galaxy. They're also great for picking up trade until that's reworked later next year. Hyper relays are good in the mid-game for getting around a bit faster in your empire, and once you build up links, there are special edicts that allow all of your planets linked to your capital via hyperrelays to get special bonuses. On top of that, if you have specialized subjects, specialized vassals, linking their capital to yours via hyperrelays will grant you additional benefits as well. So hyperrelays are very, very good to build. We also have habitats. Building a habitat in a star system is basically like adding an additional colony to that star system. We can build orbitals, minor and major, to get more districts and more building slots on our habitat, and basically make them very powerful and fully functional worlds. Not only can we build habitats, but we can also build orbital rings. Orbital rings should basically be built around every single planet in your empire. When you build additional buildings on an orbital ring, you can get bonuses to every type of basic resource other than research. They can also make planets larger, giving you access to more districts, or be turned into defensive platforms, helping you defend a key system. Systems with 2 or 3 planets can be particularly effective if you build defensive orbital rings there, and you've got lots of other bonuses for those defense platforms that can be added to an orbital ring. The megastructures in the S tier are the best ones available in the game. You will not find better structures than these. Let's take a look. First up, we have the arc furnace. You can build these without the mega engineering technology. Until you get mega engineering, you have a limit of 3 of these in your entire empire. With mega engineering, that limit goes up to 5. For 5,000 alloys and 10 years of build time, you can complete an arc furnace, granting you +3 minerals on every eligible celestial body and +2 alloys on every eligible celestial body in a system, alongside +100% mining station output. You can stack other bonuses as well, and quite comfortably get +200 or 300 minerals and +100 or more alloys in a single system, all at the cost of only 100 or so energy credits every single month. This is so powerful, especially early on in the game. Getting a couple of arc furnaces up and running by year 30 can allow you to build massive fleets faster than any other empire in Stellaris. By the late game, in order to keep up with your alloy production, you'll probably want to get a ring world, which is alloy focused, or possibly an Ecumenopolis or a machine world or something like that. But for the early and mid game, arc furnaces are phenomenal. I should briefly note that you only really want to build them in systems with lots of available deposits. The tooltip in-game will help you with this. Try and look for systems with 15 or more possible available deposits for an arc furnace. That's going to be the sweet spot. Next up, we have the Synaptic Lathe. You only get access to this megastructure if you take the Cosmogenesis Ascension perk. The Synaptic Lathe has its own district and lots of additional buildings you can build. What it basically does is convert pops, after taking in some energy credits, into research output. And it makes a lot of research. You can get tens of thousands of research points per month if you have enough energy and you've got enough pops in your Synaptic Lathe. Played correctly, this basically allows you to research endgame technologies in a single month. You'll either need to have fantastic pop growth, pop assembly, something like that, or conquer/steal pops from lots of other planets in order to keep the lathe up and running, because those pops on the lathe will purge themselves over time, thus reducing the overall output and population of this megastructure. However, you can just get so much science from it. It is the best science megastructure in the game now. Do note that every time you're killing pops here, the rest of the galaxy are not going to like it. It does count as purging, and they are going to be very upset with you for doing it, even if you're doing it to save the entire galaxy. The last megastructure, which you probably haven't seen on this tier list because I haven't shown it yet, is the Etherophasic Engine. This is basically double S tier or triple S tier, or I don't know, God tier, whichever kind of tiering system you want, because it's the best megastructure in the game. Why is that? Well, when you fully upgrade it, you win. There's nothing else that happens other than you winning the game. Don't read into this, it's definitely true, you just win. Nothing bad happens, just winning. Victory is the important point here. As you upgrade it, you require lots of dark matter, but you're going to get energy credits, mineral income, and naval capacity. And for every level of this megastructure, those values will be increasing. At the top level, the one before you win the game, you're looking at getting 800 energy, 2,000 minerals, and 250 naval capacity, basically making it a crap level 1 Dyson Sphere, a fully upgraded matter decompressor, and part of a fully upgraded strategic coordination center. And on top of that, when it is, as I said, fully upgraded, you just win. It's that good. Thanks again to Hero Wars for sponsoring this video. Download it and get the Ninja Turtles absolutely free right now. In order to unlock some of the megastructures we looked at in today's tier list, you will need the Galactic Wonders Ascension perk. But that isn't the only Ascension perk available to us in Stellaris. If you'd like to find out about the other Ascension perks you can take and hear me rank them in a tier list, you'll want to click the video on screen now.